going to take a few deep breaths. So bear with me or chill out and take a few deep breaths with me. I've been sitting here for like 2 minutes. I didn't want to start before I pushed live, and I almost didn't want to do the deep breaths after I pushed live. But either way, right now I want to take a few deep breaths. Ryan, thank you for joining. I'm going to take a few deep breaths. I hope that's not an issue for anybody watching live or anybody that's watching taped. But either way, I'm going to take 3 to 5 deep breaths, and I'd encourage you to join me. Hello there. Hello, Sandra Lynn. Hello, Gusty. Hello, John. Hello, all of you. Yeah, good evening. I was just relaxing a little bit and taking a few deep breaths. A lot of you know I drove down to Chicago area. I had some stuff I had to take care of today, and I drove back. And on the ride, I was listening. I've talked a lot about listening to the Stoics lately, and there's a bunch of video channels patterned on the Stoics, which are these Roman and Greek wise people that apparently figured out how to, strove to live their best life. And a lot of what they say and what the teachings are, I've been talking about for a couple of years. Not saying I'm Stoic or not saying I'm wise or not saying I'm Greek or Roman, because, I don't know, maybe I'm a little bit wise, but I'm certainly not Greek or Roman. And I'm not sure if I'm Stoic at all. As a matter of fact, I'm very emotional. But a lot of things they work on, they talk about living in the moment, getting a little better, trying to uh, live a good life, and just things like that I subscribe to. And one of them was talking about what I was listening to today. It was like a 3 hour one, so I didn't even finish it. But it was talking about having no negative thoughts or worries for 3 straight days. I'm like, wow, I have a negative thought or worry I don't know, almost constantly. I don't know. Do you guys? Do you guys have negative thoughts and worries? Or is that just a special treat of mine? And one of the solutions for those negative thoughts were like meditation and taking some deep breaths. So I sat my butt down on my chair. I realized I was a couple minutes away from 6 o'clock when I was supposed to go live here. And thought I would enjoy a few deep breaths. Sherpa says when they drive. Gusty says he does. Seems like the last 2 years. Yeah. I'm not happy that you guys do, but I'm glad it's not just me. I mean, sometimes, sometimes I'm feeling super good, but a lot of times, again, somebody said when they're driving, yeah, when you're driving, you're just sitting there and you're wanting to get somewhere generally. And maybe that creates a little anxiety and has your brain working overtime and bouncing around. And I don't know, thinking of about a bunch of negative crapola. So, as I sat down here, hello, Mr. Suarez. As I sat down here, I thought I'd take a few deep breaths. And I'll tell you what, I took 5 and they felt very good. They felt very good. So, again, good evening, good evening, good evening to you. My name's Ken Tracy. This is Monday Night Live with Ken. Do you guys ever commit to something? About an hour and change ago, I had a guy call that watched my show from Connecticut. And he called, actually. He was texting me, and some of his texts I wasn't interpreting the way he was intending. So he was a man of action, and he called me, and I picked up the phone and we talked. Made me feel good about what I'm doing here and the direction I'm going. And he wondered if I could help one of his buddies. But either way, he got me so fired up to do more of this that I uh, wanted to hop on live at 6 o'clock. I'll get back to that, Sandra Lynn. Um, and I edited some videos for 20 minutes. I took a bath, and I started kind of relaxing. And about 15 minutes ago, I go, oh, am I really going to go live tonight? It's been a long day. I was up early, drove 400 miles, and what have you. So, but here I am. And I'm glad you guys are here. Sandra Lynn just asked, good evening, Jack. Coming back to Naperville, do you think it's more laid back in Wisconsin? I think I'm going to like Wisconsin a lot, Sandra Lynn. I felt, again, I left the western suburbs under emotional duress. Again, yeah, emotional duress. 2 divorces in 10 years, and left me feeling a little bit, I don't know, emotionally scarred. And coming up to Wisconsin the last 2 or 3 weeks has been peaceful for me and relaxing. But as I was driving back towards the western suburbs, I started feeling anxious. And I was driving through town, and I was feeling anxious, and I was having all these memories and kind of these yucky feelings. I was talking to a friend that lives in Naperville, Sandra Lynn, and you might know. Where are you from? I don't know where you're from, Sandra Lynn. And I don't mean it as a knock on Naperville, but maybe I do a little bit. Naperville is so scrubbed clean of grit, and the downtown is so almost perfect. And a lot of times it feels like the residents of Naperville are nearly perfect. You know, they're all college grads, and they're married to their college sweetheart, and they have their 2.5 kids and their BMW and their, you know, uh, minivan. It seems that summarizes the people of Naperville a lot. And yeah, I know nobody's perfect, but the downtown is. And okay, XRP Sherpa says they live in Oak Park. Oak Park does not feel like Naperville. Oak Park feels gritty. And I mean that kind of in a good way. And being here in Wisconsin, there's a certain amount of grit to the town that you don't really find in Naperville, I don't think. And I think it's refreshing. Just kind of normal. I mean, I don't mean to people. I mean, I'm one of those people outside of the divorces, you know. I think I was a Naperville wannabe, maybe. But maybe I never felt as comfortable there as I should have, or never fit in, or was trying to fit in and didn't. And maybe it was the divorces or something. But either way, it feels really good. Feels really good up here in Wisconsin. Like the town that I'm in. Uh, it's fun learning it. The people seem really, really nice. And I don't want to say more regular. I grew up in Downers Grove. It's only 10 miles away from Naperville, but it was a grittier community than Naperville. Naperville's so new. When I was a kid in the 80s, both Downers Grove and Naperville had 45,000 people-ish. But Naperville's expanded and annexed and taken over farmland and built so many subdivisions, and now it's like 150,000, while Downers Grove maybe has added a few thousand people. But something about the people of Wisconsin, I don't know. They seem nice. They seem kind. They seem regular. Yeah. So Anyway, I'm going to have a little tea. Oh, good evening, G Bro. Hello, Jack Taylor. Hello, Dewey. Hello, Justin. And hello, John. I might have said hello, John, and hello, Sergeant Gusty, and hello, Sandra Lynn. Seems like we got a lot of Naperville residents on. What a peculiar time for me to be comparing and contrasting. Well, okay, I appreciate it, G Bro. Love having you on. We got a really nice audience right off the bat. We got 48 people watching, and that feels good. Uh, why do coins have ridges? I don't know. Why do coins have ridges, Jim? Uh, Jack Taylor, there would be a mod because you're here. However, you like to sleep in a little bit too much to be a true moderator here. And I can take care of most of the trouble that I'm dealing with. Yeah, it is unfortunate, Jack Taylor. Coin shaving from England in the 1200s. Well, I'm not sure what that means, Jim Leahy, but I appreciate the little bit of trivia. XRCP Sherpa says, didn't the Worley family own lots of farmland and develop it? I don't know, but I'm assuming they did. I mean, the street Worley goes through Naperville on the south, north-south. Well, you guys are... How do we have so many Naperville residents today? We got 46 people from Naperville and one person from Indonesia. That's a very diverse audience. Yeah. So I'm going to drink some more tea. I don't know how much I have for you today. Again, I wasn't sure I was going on. I mean, I was enthused, I was excited, I was passionate, and then I kind of got mellow. Okay, somebody's from North Carolina. Welcome aboard, North Carolina. Oh, yeah, you're from Oak Park. I apologize. You forget the Oak Park resident, they get really ticked off. You can't mess with those. Okay, we got somebody from Iowa. We're building up a little momentum. I appreciate that. We got 49 people watching. We got six thumbs up. Big Tony was born in Naperville. Gooder Bear is now on. Well, that's kind of fun. That's kind of fun. Maybe someday I'm going to be huge in Appleton like I am huge in Naperville right now. Maybe someday. I've been looking at real estate here in Appleton. Can't afford it yet, but looking. And using the website Redfin. I think that's a really good search tool. It was interesting. I was a realtor, as you know, for 17 years. And a lot of realtors put a lot of resources into trying to get their website like high ranked on Google and other, search engines. And, I'm not saying I'm right or wrong, but I never really put that much effort. I tried to do it a little bit, but I also realized that with the thousands and thousands of realtors out there in Naperville alone, some people were going to be really, really, really advanced at it. Plus, you were competing against the Zillows, the Realtor.coms, and the Redfins, which are professional companies which can optimize pages and show up on Naperville real estate for sale pages probably a heck of a lot easier than me. So I would never put too much of my resources towards a website and focused more on social media. I think it was smart. I didn't do great. I did pretty good. I think it was smart. Looking back on my real estate career, I don't think I could have done any better. I really don't. I don't think I could have done yes, I could have done better, but I don't know what I would do differently except never become one. I tried really hard. It's almost disgusting looking back, thinking of all the days I went out and knocked doors in the cold weather and how little it got me. 'Cause I mean, I was 17 years old. 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 I was 17 years How little it got me. Mm. Oh. But no, I just think it's competitive as heck. I think it's competitive as heck. Good or Bear asked, why did I get out of real estate? A bunch of reasons. I did it 17 years. I don't think I was making a difference as a realtor. I think my job as a realtor was primarily to talk you into using me versus your sister in law as a realtor. I don't think the job of a realtor is really selling homes, it's finding new clients. And maybe that's just sales, but I didn't feel it. Uh, I didn't feel great doing it. I just never felt great doing it. I kind of got a push out during my second divorce. And again, I think things happen for a reason. And that was probably one of the good things that came out of my second divorce is that I left real estate at the same time. Um, I don't think I could have done, I think I could have started at any job 17 years prior. And if we're only looking at it financially, been making more money after 17 years. Starting at any position, at any job, I would have worked up the ladder and been somewhere higher up the income stream than I was as a realtor. I just think it's hard. I think there's too many. I think there's too many. Oh. G. Bro says, I believe Ken is onto something about being a realtor. XRP Sherpa got their license to buy their own properties. Well, yeah, okay. Do you see one of you as having won the divorce? No, I don't think anyone. I mean, I think both. I think we all won the divorce because not me and neither of my ex-wives and I should be married. If that answers your question, so we were all winners. It probably hurt us all. I know it hurt me. I'm assuming had to hurt the wives a little bit. They had to miss me for at least a moment. No, Good or Bear. I'm not going to become a truck driver, but thank you. Yeah, I'm not sure anybody really wins. Certainly the kids don't. Uh, but again, I'm not sure that. I go back and forth on this. I like to believe in commitment and marriage and being forever, but I also don't feel that there's any way uh, that my exes and I should still be together. So it kind of conflicts with my marriage is forever feeling. How can I tell my wife of 36 years that you're gay? Come right out and say it. I'm assuming you're joking, but I'm assuming you're joking. But I think the best way would be just straightforward. Jane, I have something I want to tell you. I realized about 5 years ago that I'm gay. Say it like that. And don't say any more and don't sugarcoat it and don't. It's not going to go well. I mean, I assume. Maybe she'll be into it. I don't know. But I think that's the way I would do it if I was in that situation. Dewey Dawson said, I legit seem like I could be an actor. Well, thank you. The guy that called me from Connecticut said was sure a big fan of me too. Said I was an amazing storyteller. Am I an amazing storyteller? I don't know. I have a smooth speaking voice. What's my social security number? Hello, Frank Fole. If you had an actor play you in a movie about your life, which actor? Ignore the bald actors. Well, I mean, I don't know who would play me. You know what I want to say. It is Whiskey Enjoyer. You're very perceptive on watches. Well, yeah, no, I mean, obviously, I wanted to say Brad Pitt. He's tall. He's similarly aged. He's a few years older. Imagine if he had to shave his head, what he would look like with a shaved head. I mean, he's done a buzz cut. But what if he went all the way down? What would he do? He would only hope to look as good as me. He'd still probably be beautiful. No, Nightbot, you may not mod the stream. Mm. I'm a little saddened about my tea. It's A, running low, and B, cooling off. Would I host a lunch and learn at work on Stoicism? I love the concept of that, Big Tony Mariano. I don't know that I'm knowledgeable on Stoicism enough. Um, but I love the concept. I really do. Hola, ¿qué tal? Uh, hello from Cincinnati, Ohio. Gooder Bear named his daughter after Seneca. What's my favorite Die Hard movie? I tell you what, the first is great, obviously, but so is the second. The second is great. It's in the airport. Yeah, the second's great. It's got the bad guy from the Terminator 2 movie. And I think the second's, it'd be hard to not say the first because the first is the first. But the second's pretty dang good as well. You look like me, except, okay, you have a goatee and hair. Do I listen to Nirvana? I have, well, I don't know. People don't own albums anymore, but I was alive when when Kurt Cobain was alive, and when his music was probably on CDs. And I never in my life have owned an album or a CD or a tape or anything by Nirvana. And I do not have any Nirvana songs on my playlist. So do I listen to Nirvana? I mean, I've certainly heard Smells Like Teen Spirit. And the song Rape Me is a good song, although the words are a little harsh. But it's a good, really raw song. But do I listen to Nirvana? Not really. Hello from Canada. Shamili Miller wants to know, what do I do? What do I do? Interesting. Gooder Bear says Nirvana is overrated. And it's kind of easy to think that now, but they were huge when Kurt was still alive. I like to call him Kurt. Makes me feel like I'm in the band a little bit. Do you ever have dreams where you're in the band or you're somehow thrown up on stage and you're given like a bass and you can kind of play enough to play along and not get laughed at and you're feeling like a rock star and the crowd's going wild? Oh, yeah, I do. Mr. Jones says his grandma loves that Grape Me song. Somebody owns Airbnbs in Cincinnati, Ohio. Well, that's awesome. Well, I don't know, Whiskey Enjoyer. You want my thoughts on Trump? I'll tell you what, he's interesting. He moves the meter. He makes the news more interesting, although you shouldn't be watching the news. We have a great audience. We got 78 people watching tonight. If there's anybody out there that hasn't subscribed, I've clawed through the 5,800 subscriber number, and I'm slowly climbing up the hill to 6,000. I was supposed to be at 6,000 by March 1st. It's now March 3rd, and I'm not there yet. But I'm still crawling. I may trip and fall and skin my knee, but I don't stop moving forward. And I would ask you, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Let's get those likes up. That's a good call, John. That's why you asked what I do for a living, because I'm in a hotel. I have a Jack Benny vibe. Good evening, MBK. Thank you. I'm very proud of wall color that this hotel room has painted. Uh, well, thank you, Theo. What do I do to unwind? I take baths, go to Starbucks, edit videos, watch documentaries. Uh, those are the things I think of to unwind. Yeah. Chuck is in the bath now. I don't know who Alex Jones is. Did you stop at Jewel for Cheap Chicken Monday when you were here? Sandra Lynn, I didn't. And to be honest, I was driving through town and I went by one of my favorite Euro places. And I went by one of my favorite burrito places. But I wasn't in town long enough. And I'd had breakfast on the way down, 3 hard-boiled eggs and a can of chicken, an apple and an orange, if you want to know what I had for breakfast. A very mobile breakfast that I could eat on the road while I'm driving, listening to my Stoic videos. And I was kind of full. I'm still kind of full. I was hungry when I got back here. I don't know what I ate, half a bag of trail mix with all those chocolate chips, so my tummy's feeling kind of full. And yeah, let's see. Do I visit Cincinnati, Ohio? Well, not very often. I have visited Cincinnati, Ohio, a couple times. I think I was there for a track meet once. I was there for something else too. I think it's kind of a neat little town. I bet I could like Cincinnati. Although I love Wisconsin. You know you're from Wisconsin when, I don't know. Where's my sheet? I forgot. Hello, Ken Flo. How are you? Regular Reggie is very curious what I'm doing on a live stream in a hotel room alone. How fast can I run 400 meters? Right now, I wonder. I doubt I could run 90 seconds in the 400. And I probably hurt myself. I think my record when I was in college might have been 54 seconds. I was never that fast of a sprinter. Uh, Shamil, is that an invite to Cincinnati? Do I get one of your bedrooms in your 2 bedroom suites? Does it have a king size bed with a nice comforter and soft pillows that I can bounce on? And can I do my live show from there? Hello, I'm coming to you from Shamil's large 2 bedroom condo in Cincinnati, Ohio. I was going to move to Wisconsin. I even did. I even got myself a job, but I had an offer I couldn't refuse. Shamil wanted me to come to Cincinnati. Have I ever had Skyline chili? I don't know what that is. Sherpa, you use that bath bomb if you want. Do I own other V-necks? Is this a V-neck? Is that what this is? Then yes. I don't own any Nike shoes. I've never worked for a radio station. Yet I hear I have a radio voice. If the radio could figure out like how I could have this, I think apparently this is appealing to you guys because 88 people are watching. By the way, that means 71 haven't given me a thumbs up. So we could do a little better. A little something for the effort, please. But again, I think if the radio would give me a stream of comments with which to engage in, I could do this all over. Is a Wisconsin 9 a Naperville 6? Are you talking about women? I assume you're talking about women. I find the people here interesting. And I don't know what I mean by that. I mean, I've seen some very good looking women, but they're not. I mean, I'm sure you guys know what I mean. Sandra Lynn, you're a Naperville woman, but you probably know what I mean, don't you? You know, it seems like every woman in Naperville is 40 to 45, pretty good looking, big engagement ring, and pushing a stroller. Every one of them. They can't all be that. Uh, you'll give me a free night. That's not worth the trip, Shamil. I don't need a free night in Cincinnati. What would I do? What would I do? Maybe go to a Reds game. You could take calls on radio and riff on that as well as guests. Uh, Mr. Jones, did the current Pope pass? Did he die? Good morning from India. What's my credit score? It's on the upswing. I tell you what, it's not too hard to get a credit score better. Uh, it's not too hard to get a credit score better. You pay your credit cards, you pay them down, you pay your bills relatively on time. I've had some serious financial troubles, had very good credit scores and very low. And you can go from low to pretty darn decent in not that period long of a time. What is this show about? What is this show about? Can somebody answer that for him? What is this show about? Professor Oak says that's a hard concept for a lot of people to understand. What? Paying your bills on time, Professor Oak? Yeah. Uh, yeah. Oh, Shamil, I don't know that I'm going to drive too much traffic to you, but I was excited about bouncing on your soft beds and your cushy pillows and a remote control. Maybe a nice slipper. Would you put a chocolate mint on my pillow? Okay. Well, okay, Shamil, hang with me. Am I saying your name right? Living life and life experience. Wait, hold on here. Sandra Lynn's responding. I feel most people you see downtown Naperville don't even live here, says Sandra Lynn. Yeah, I could see that. Analyst wants to ask, why am I in a hotel room? No, they're asking if they can ask. Well, you just did. Goes to open house. Yeah. The stream has the same premise as Seinfeld. I don't know what that means. What my goal is, regular Reggie, not complaining, just very confused about what my goal is. No, but see, even in a hotel, you're going to pay property taxes. You're just not going to pay them directly because the owner of the building's got to pay